Scotland's resurgence. Gregor Townsend turns dark days into a Six Nations triumph in the bright glare of the Stadio Olimpico. Scotland's 50-40 dismantling of France was more than a victory, it was redemption. For head coach Gregor Townsend, the triumph was a long-awaited vindication after months of criticism, doubt, and questions about the viability of his leadership. For Scotland, it was a defining moment that transformed perception, rewrote history, and gave a nation permission to dream. Yet, the journey to this peak was rooted in one of Townsend's darkest hours. It was not in Rome or Paris, nor even the recent dramatic encounters with England, but rather on the same turf in November, where Scotland suffered an infamous collapse against Argentina. National Rugby Union Team Foundation for Scotland's resurgence. Captain Stadio Olimpico emphasized the cohesion in the squad. We have an airtight changing room that believes in each other and believes in its coaching staff. We rallied behind our coach, and I couldn't be happier for him. Things were against him after the first week, losing to Italy, but the team stayed united. Former captain John Barkley recalled the mood in the squad at the time. There seems to be a bristliness, a real spiky, pissed-off edge to the players, a chip-on-the-shoulder level of frustration. Townsend managed to channel that edge constructively, transforming it into a blend of intensity, accountability, and creativity. The blueprint for success. Scotland's victories against England and Wales set the tone for their encounter with France, highlighting key lessons. Townsend was eager to consolidate. Against Wales, Scotland had trailed by 11 points to a team without a Six Nations win in 3 years. Yet, the response was telling. Quick thinking from Finn Russell produced a try for Darcy Graham directly from a restart, signaling that Townsend's approach was beginning to take hold. The France game showcased the culmination of that strategic planning. Townsend's system prioritizes speed, precision, and putting strike players into space. Our game is built to create quick ball and put some of the best strike players in the game into space, Townsend said. This approach required courage, risk-taking, and a willingness to gamble at crucial moments. Every kickable penalty, every set-piece opportunity was weighed against potential rewards, and the Scots often traded 3 points for 7. A bold, risk-on philosophy that ultimately paid dividends. Scoring masterclass. Scotland's try-scoring display was extraordinary. Graham's first try came from a quickly tapped free kick, while Kyle Steyn scored from a penalty lineout. Ben White's opportunism turned a missed shot at the posts into a try, and Graham added a second after Russell once again opted to exploit the corners. Within the first hour, Scotland had made 8 incursions into France's 22 and accumulated 40 points, dwarfing the 14 points France managed from 6 attacks. The team maintained relentless pressure throughout, refusing to rest on early leads. Townsend's instructions were clear: attack continuously, maintain tempo, and exploit weaknesses. The Scots' approach destabilized France, leading to mistakes from some of their most experienced players, including Antoine Dupont, who infamously threw a forward pass behind his own try line in a critical moment. Discipline, often a vulnerability in Scotland's early rounds, was maintained more effectively, though the French did manage to capitalize late, earning a losing bonus point. Nevertheless, the sheer audacity of Scotland's execution, plundering 4 tries in 19 minutes between the 44th and 63rd minutes, demonstrated Townsend's meticulous planning and the players' execution under pressure. Strategic innovation behind the triumph lay a carefully crafted strategy. Townsend and his coaching team had prepared all week to create chaos within the French defensive system, emphasizing unpredictability and opportunistic play. By prioritizing quick ball and spatial exploitation, Scotland could consistently isolate defenders and capitalize on mismatches. This philosophy represents a broader cultural shift within Scottish rugby, a commitment to bravery, creativity, and adaptability. Rather than reverting to conservative play or relying solely on physicality, Scotland has embraced a risk-reward mindset, empowering players like Russell, Graham, and Steyn to make decisions in real time that challenge conventional expectations. Leadership and team cohesion. Central to Scotland's success was the strength of its leadership, both on and off the field. Tuipulotu's influence as captain, coupled with Townsend's steady guidance, created a unified environment where accountability and ambition coexisted. Players understood their roles and the collective objective to perform with courage, precision, and resilience. This cohesion extended beyond tactics to mental fortitude. The team's prior setbacks, including the humiliating loss to Italy in round one and the Argentina collapse months earlier, had instilled a sense of purpose. Scotland's players were no longer reactive. They were proactive, seeking opportunities to assert dominance rather than simply respond to opposition threats. Former British and Irish Lions captain Martin Johnson, watching from the BBC gantry, acknowledged the psychological and tactical achievements of Townsend's squad. "If you want to play international sport, have an easy life, and sleep through the night, you're in the wrong job," Johnson remarked, noting the pressures inherent in coaching at the highest level. Townsend and his players had navigated those pressures with remarkable composure. The road ahead, with the Six Nations Championship and Triple Crown now in reach, Scotland faces an exciting but challenging conclusion to the tournament. A victory in Ireland next week would secure at least a Triple Crown, marking the team's first such achievement in the modern Six Nations era. More broadly, Scotland has established a blueprint for success, a combination of courage, tactical innovation, and cohesive leadership that allows players to thrive within a well-defined yet flexible system. This approach has transformed a team once written off as bottlers into genuine contenders on the European stage. Lessons from adversity: the narrative of Scotland's 2026 Six Nations campaign illustrates a timeless lesson in sport. Adversity is often the catalyst for greatness. Townsend's ability to turn early season failure into sustained excellence demonstrates that setbacks, when properly analyzed and addressed, can forge stronger, more resilient teams. From the heartbreak of November's Argentina collapse to the euphoria of a record-breaking victory against France, Scotland's journey highlights the importance of learning from mistakes, maintaining belief, and executing a well-conceived plan under pressure. For Townsend, it is a personal triumph as much as a team success, a vindication of patience, vision, and leadership. The conclusion: Scotland's performance against France is more than a single result. It represents a transformation. Under Gregor Townsend, a team previously criticized for inconsistency and missed opportunity has matured into a side capable of creativity, bravery, and precision on rugby's biggest stages. By harnessing adversity, embracing innovation, and cultivating cohesion, Scotland has not only defeated a champion, but also reclaimed pride, purpose, and a sense of destiny as the team prepares for the final rounds of the Six Nations. One thing is clear: Townsend has turned darkness into light, criticism into motivation, and potential into performance. For Scotland, this is the dawn of a new era. For Gregor Townsend, it is a vindication long in the making.